Good morning, school. Welcome to today's assembly. My name is Connor Wood, and I hope everyone is keeping warm on the second day of spring. I'll now hand over to Kristen.
Morning, school. My name is Kristen Melo. Today's message is going to be done by Mr. Guthrie. Enjoy.
Good morning, and welcome to this assembly. My theme of this assembly is, "But I did nothing. It was them." A number of years ago, 8 former policemen were found guilty of murder of a Mozambican taxi driver, Mido Masia, who was killed after being dragged behind a police vehicle. The judge found that the 8 were equally guilty, despite only some of them being actually involved in the incident. The rest were onlookers at the scene or were present when the incident took place. In the 1988 movie The Accused, Jodie Foster played the lead role of a woman who was in a bar when she was gang-raped by 3 men who thought she was coming on to them. The 3 men got away with a lesser sentence in a plea bargain, and the character played by Foster was not allowed to testify as the prosecution feared that her story would not help for conviction. The prosecutor then took the historical step of charging 3 other men who were witnesses to the rape, who stood and cheered without doing anything to stop what was happening. Not only did this allow the victim to testify to rape, thus preventing the first 3 from any form of early release, but the bystanders, the witnesses who did nothing, were found guilty of criminal solicitation and sentenced to jail. The movie is based on a real-life rape of a woman in 1983, and Jodie Foster won the Academy Award for the Best Female Actor that year. It is a most disturbing movie, and I'll tell you these stories because I want you to know that doing nothing is in fact doing something. If we are witness to an event, to something which we know is wrong, and we do nothing about it, we are, by implication, equally guilty. And if it is simply through being complicit, if you witness someone being bullied and you do nothing about it, you're equally guilty of bullying. If you witness someone stealing and you do nothing, you're equally guilty of theft. If you are with a group of pupils who are smoking and you are not, the very fact that you are there makes you part of the scene. So what do? Sometimes it's hard to speak out, but you need to be led by your values and by what you have been taught is right or wrong. You will be put in situations in your life and you'll need to make decisions which will reflect who you are. Martin Luther King Jr. commented, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." We need to give you the strength of character to act in times of wrongdoing or when you witness wrongdoing. As Martin Luther King Jr. also said, cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it political? But conscience asks the question, is it right? And there comes a time when we must take a position that is neither safe, nor political, nor popular, but because conscience tells one it is right. Whether it be in the classroom or just around the school, do you witness events that you know are wrong and ignore them? We need Currovians to be brave, to be upright and steadfast, and to stand up for what is right. It will be tough, as it may require you to challenge friends or indeed close relationships which you value. There have been many brave Currovians in the past, and we need to stand up against discrimination and injustice. We are currently providing forums and discussion groups to voice this. But I do encourage you to do what is right and allow your conscience to guide you and to not do nothing. Most importantly, allow our Christian values to be a good compass. Then you'll be brave and you'll do something which will hopefully also make those around you stand up for what is right. My hope is that as you leave the school and during your time here, you will be someone who has learned that standing up for what is right is important. And hence, I've no doubt, you will then be a person of significance. You need to be brave and say, sorry, you can't say that or act like that. It is not acceptable, because this will go a long way to addressing things immediately. Globally, There has been over the past months and recent years regarding matters such as Black Lives Matter, the Me Too movement, GBV, gender-based violence, where people are standing up and addressing discrimination to create a better world by not ignoring discrimination and injustices. I encourage you to not stand by and be a witness, but to stand up for what is right. On a very different note, we're about to embrace spring, which is a time of renewal and growth, and may it be such a season for each one of us. And in closing, let us not forget the powerful words in Philippians 4, verses 6 to 7. Don't be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. To our matrics who are busy with trial examinations, keep going and all the best. The end is in sight. Have a wonderful week, and God bless.
Thank you for that message, Mr. Guthrie. Oh, and a reminder, this week's challenge is how many skips you can do in a minute.
And also another reminder is that there will be choir auditions on Monday from 4 to 6 in Mrs. Postma's classroom. Enjoy your day.
Hi everyone, I'm here to talk about a new outreach project. This year we are wanting to participate in the Santa Shoebox project. In 14 years this project has reached 957,297 children, and finally this year they will be distributing their 1 millionth box. This is an amazing initiative where each year the team collects and distributes gifts of essential items and treats for underprivileged children around South Africa and Namibia. So, how can you contribute to this initiative? Firstly, you need to pledge a box. Keep a lookout on the D6 where you can return a reply slip to pledge your box. Then you will receive your chosen child's name and age and you can start filling it. Each box has to contain a tube of toothpaste, toothbrush, bar of soap, washcloth, an outfit of clothing, educational supplies, sweets, a toy, and due to COVID-19 this year, they have asked us to add a fabric mask to the box. A big tip, all PEP stores are fully kitted out to supply everything that you need for your shoebox. So, why should we support this initiative? The simple things that we take for granted can be treasures to those less fortunate. Putting a smile on a child's face is such a heartwarming experience. So I'll ask you to please join to supply a child with possibly their only essential supplies for the entire year. Thank you.